Welcome to
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
Yes, it's Cleveland's longest running podcast and the place to hang with your internet besties. Got questions or comments? The email address for the show is podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Crunchy, of course, being spelled with a K.
Stays Crunchy.
You can also give us a call or message us at 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311.
Stays Crunchy.
We're available anywhere fine podcasts are, and of course at the website stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show wherever possible, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. And now,
Stays Crunchy.
on with the show.
Crunchy. Stays Crunchy.
You know what I'm getting sick of?
Stays Crunchy. Stays
You know what really
Crunchy.
grinds my
Stays
gears?
Crunchy and Milk.
People on Instagram, 'cause I only see it on Instagram, making AI-generated food products that don't actually exist. So the one that was going around recently was somebody's like, "Oh, look at these! It's a Sprite Kool-Aid collab," and I was like, "Yo, that could be dope." And the only reason I caught it because it looked so clean is if you swipe through a couple of the pictures, a few of the pictures, like on the third or fourth one, melon was spelled MELIN, and I was like, "There it is." AI always fuck up somewhere. It's either an extra thumb or pinky or something like that to spell it. And so I keep coming across, food, and you know us, we review food, so it's like or treats and the like, and it's like I get quick and get a breath of like, oh, and I'm like, wait a minute, and then you just look and you're like, that background's all fuzzy. That's not an actual peach, so forth and so on. This is not that Mountain Dew is
that's a butt.
that Mountain Dew is spelled weird, and it's just it is driving me bonkers. So what did I see the other day? The people actually all of a sudden were like, "Yeah, that's cool." Peanut butter and jelly Oreo. What has existed before that we have tried as an existence because we know it already? Peanut butter and jelly Oreo. It's just the wrong packaging. Everything about it is not correct. And I'm like, people are like, that'd be so great. Oh, where are these at? Where can I buy them at? I'm like, you motherfuckers, those existed already, and they didn't look nothing like that. And it's one, the ignorance of people, but also a thing that has been discussed a lot is oftentimes it's AI shit and it's AI responses. So it's just robots talking to robots at this point, bots talking to bots, because there's so many bots at this point, and these companies don't want to do anything about it because, of course, their numbers look bigger. And if their numbers look bigger, they can charge higher advertising rates. And so they don't want to fix the problem that it is a lot of people just making, bots, and then there are bot comments and botting everything. And so it's just like it drives me bonkers. It's eating me up. And like I said, I can spot a lot of AI pretty far off. But like I said, they're getting so clean with it that even somebody who got with a clean eye can make an error. Like this one right here is here, I'll send it to y'all IG if y'all want to peek at it. I'll send to the group IG. Like this is it's so obviously AI generated. What is these Baja Blast condoms? What is this? What is this supposed to be? And of course, Baja Blast comes in cans already, so I know what a Baja Blast can looks like. It don't look like that.
You can't even read like the gibberish in the corner.
You just get because it's literally just gibberish. It's just meant to look like something. And I wish I could find you that peanut butter jelly one, because that one really had me irked. I was like, y'all got to stop. And so, like I said, we review a lot of these products. Oh, here's the thing this popping today, of course. Put that one in the group chat as well. It's this one that I saw, like Versace Doritos, and I'm just like
tastes like silk.
Man, you know that the fucking Doritos with like the word Supreme air spray, like food, do that air food spraying shit just all over them. That shit would sell.
Facts. Oh yeah. So here, I'll look at this. This is a perfect example of it, because these are all Oreos. The issue, of course, being, if you look at the bottom middle one, Sour Patch Oreos exist. That's not the packaging they came in. That's not what they look like. Reese's Oreo existed. That's not what they look like. That's not how they got down. But it's like, junk food, and it's like these are, and so and it's like I know you probably should just read. In this case, you know what I'm saying? They're saying, this is creations of possible flavor ideals, and I'm like, and that's from March, so I guess that's before Sour Patch came out. But it's like, bud, stop it. And that's another thing. Like some of the snack pages we follow have started doing this too. They started like, oh my god, like this bullshit. Like, stop it.
Yeah,
And now that I've clicked on a few of them, it's just showing up now like hard. It's like really popping up. It's like, oh, now I got to show you what they, because now you must fuck with them. Like, sir, I don't.
yeah. I used to follow a few of those pages back when we were heavier in it,
Yeah.
and also like people who knew that we ate Oreos would always say, "Hey, look at these! These will be out soon, huh?" I'm like, no, those are fake, and it says it right at the bottom right hand of the page.
When Martis was at a store recently, she saw the Sour Patch ones. Like, do you need these? And I'm like, and I was like, no, we've already tried them, but thank you so much for thinking about us. I'm glad that we still are in people's heart as these as the Oreo trendsetters. I mean, we still stay on point when it comes to this shit. Don't ever get it twisted, man. We know our Oreos probably better than anybody else out in these streets. So, but man, I know we shouldn't be getting my goat so much, but it's just I hate it because, like, and also like I said, I hate it because then I see people in there and they're like, "Oh, where can I get this? What's up with this?" I'm like, like, this was a flavor this many years ago. I guess if I wouldn't look, I guess I got a lot of pictures of Oreos on my IG that have existed, of course, but then of course, I don't. It's like I said, it should not get me so worked up because it's just bullshit. Ain't got nothing to do with me. But it's also it makes IG less fun and yet less usable because you never know what's bullshit and what's not.
I'm just hoping, excuse me, ice cream berry burst Oreos come back one day. Strawberry ice cream berry burst Oreos.
If you know.
2011, 2012. Speaking of ice cream berry burst, you guys ever been to Rita's Ice before?
Man, Vanessa, it was like because when they're big in Philly, no, excuse me, Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
She went to school there, so she always talks about Rita's. And then she saw an ad for a Rita's coming around here, and was like, "Oh my god, we gotta go to Rita's." And I'm like, "Okay, baby."
It's in Rocky River. It's been there.
Hey, I just I have no affinity for water ice. I never have. So.
It was incredible. I had so I had a eye doctor's appointment yesterday, and through living life, I was late for it, and I get there, they took you off the list. I'm like, okay. So I had a whole day to not really to myself, but we went to Chuck E. Cheese. The one by us had a school bus out there, so I was like, I might as well just go to the one further out.
Yeah.
And while we were out there, we went to the Rocky River Nature Center, and then we went to Rita's Ice because I've been wanting to try it. I've seen it, but I seen it out there, but I never tried it before, and it was really good.
What street is on? Because man, River ain't that wide.
Shoot, right across the street from the movie theater. Is that?
So it's like it's a Cane's over there. It's a school over there. It's a Wendy's over there. I'm trying to picture where Rita's could be sitting at.
Yeah, it's right on Center Ridge Road.
Yeah.
Yep, we had I had a half mango, half green apple. Yeah. Anthony had root beer float ice, and Emery had grape with nerds. And no matter what the thing is, the getting that kid ice cream just ain't the thing to do. He ain't gonna never eat it. He ain't gonna you give him a drink, he ain't gonna never drink it. He's like, this tastes like medicine. I'm like, man, that ain't what you said 20 minutes ago. But yeah, just a no-go.
Children are so sweet. At least Rita's Ice is real. We know that. Yes.
So yeah, you can surprise your lady with some Rita's Ice. It's not far from you.
Yeah, we can just slide on up the road and take care of that. In fact, that might be something we do this weekend on the humble. That way,
Yeah, yeah. Just don't tell her. Just pull up.
well, so at the same spot Box was just talking about going to for wrestling. Uh, they gonna do they did a Chapel Roan Pink Pony Club event
Mm.
and sold out so fast. They was like, "We gonna do it again." And it posted today and tickets were sale. So I copped her a couple of tickets to that. So her and her friends can go dance at the Pink Pony Club. Which is, if you don't know that song, it's very great. Look, I'm stay right now. If you don't know who Chapel Roan is, you should be fucking with Chapel Roan. She's amazing. She's this generation's Lady Gaga. Tell you right now,
Mm.
just next step in that business. Lady Gaga was like 20 years ago, and now we've reset, and this is the new Lady Gaga, and she's dope and can sing her ass off. And she got a fatty, straight up. Because how do I know this is she has a fatty? She performed at Liberty at not Liberty Island. It is what's that island? Roosevelt Island, whatever. At the governor's whatever governor's island, whatever the shit is in New York. And she was wearing assless chaps while being painted as the Statue of Liberty, and so you can see that cake. And it's a good deal of it. So word to Chapel Roan. But she can sing her ass off, and I gotta respect it. I know she probably got a daddy or a cousin or somebody in the industry, and that's just how that's how all the shit worked. But she's really good, and that song that is Pink Pony Club is actually real good too. And respect it. I must. I simply must. But I copped those sticks today, so I'm already on point for copping Nessa presents.
Yeah.
But it's all to the good. Let's get to it. Get y'all some flows, and then we'll do a show. It'll be lovely. So nasty that it's probably somewhat of a travesty. Having me. Then he told the people, you call me your majesty. Keep your battery charged, and you know it won't stick, yo. And it's not his fault you kick slow. Should have let your chick hold your sick glow. Plus, nobody couldn't do nothing once he let the brick go. And I know that's a bunch of snow. The beat is so butter. Peep the slow cutter. He uttered the calm flow. Your mother. Don't talk about my mom's, yo. Sometimes he rhymes quick, sometimes he rhymes slow. Or vice versa. Whip up a slice of nice verse pie. Hit it on the first try. Villain. The worst guy. Spot hot tracks like a pair of fat asses. Shots of the scotch from out the square shot glasses. And he won't stop till he got the masses and show them what they know, not through flows of hot molasses. Do it with the robot to headspin to boogaloo. Took a few minutes to convince the average boogaboo. It's ugly like you. It's ugly like look at you. It's a damn shame. Just remember, all caps when you spell the man name. Man, that song, I do it no justice. All caps by Mad Villain, which was MF Doom and Mad Lib, is a religious experience when you first hear it. And then Cole Kushner broke it down on Dissect this past his most recent series of Dissect he did, and it gets even better when you know it on that level. You should be getting down with Mad Villain. It's an amazing album, 2003. Mad Lib, MF Doom, and that song is all caps. Also, there's a video for it. The video is amazing because it's like an animated comic book. Everything great. But welcome to it. It's episode 544. We riding down the Boondish Autobahn. I am your host, Intersaver 713. Joining us, my best friends. It's the 216's own Tatum.
Good evening.
And for my next trick, it's the big homie, Lunchbox 2099.
Man, that's quite an introduction for your top hoe.
My bottom bitch. That's how we get down. But you know how we roll. I got one story this week, and it's important to me, which is why I'm doing it. I've been trying to do less. I'm not trying to be in a sad state. To jump all the way to the entertainment. The reason I had been basically avoiding watching House of the Dragon is I didn't want to have the trouble of going through the murder is nonsense that sometimes happens during Game of Thrones style show. And I got to this episode this week, and somebody got brutally murdered in the damn Iron Throne room unnecessarily, and I was just like, cash for a little bit. I'm good. I won't be going back to that for a bit. I need a break because it's just like it's not what I'm trying to watch TV for anymore. You know what I'm saying? People can. I watched the Star Wars show, The Acolyte. All them Jedi's died. Sorry, surprise or whatever, spoiler. But I don't know. It was like an honorable death. You feel me? Whereas the deaths oftentimes in Game of Thrones are anything but. And so I don't know, but we'll leave that be for right now. So again, that's why I'm trying now. I try to do less sad stories and stuff like that because I'm just not trying to be in a sad state. But this is not sad per se. It is always the state of Ohio being jacked up in some way, shape, or form. It's from the Ohio Capitol Journal. Morgan trials on the byline. HB 68 trial. Ohio parents take a stand asking state to allow gender affirming care. Ohio parents and doctors are testifying in a lawsuit to prevent the state from enforcing a ban on gender affirming care for transgender youth. The trial against House Bill 68, the controversial legislation that prevents LGBTQ plus minors from accessing care such as hormone blockers, hormone replacement therapy, and some mental health services, is being heard at the Franklin County Court of Common Pleas. The bill also prohibits trans athletes from participating in middle, high school, or college athletics on teams that align with their identity. While litigation is ongoing, Republican Judge Michael Holbrook has blocked the law from going into effect. In December, DeWine vetoed the legislation and said, were House Bill 68 to become law, Ohio would be saying that the government knows better what is medically best for a child, better than two people who love that child the most, the parents. I cannot sign this bill as it was currently written, and just a few minutes ago, I vetoed the bill. The following month, the vast majority of Ohio of Republican lawmakers voted to override DeWine. This was heartbreaking for many families. For parents like Michael Moe, getting his daughter Madeline the support she needs is essential. She has gone from a child that had been very distressed and very upset to now being able to express herself as she wanted to be, Moe said while starting to cry. That's why he's one of the ACLU's witnesses explaining how Madeline needs this care desperately. His wife, and another transgender child and her family are fighting to stop the state from banning this form of healthcare. Per court rules, the families are using pseudonyms and aren't shown on camera. Joined by physicians and researchers, the plaintiffs argue that the Attorney General David Yost's enforcement of the law is unconstitutional. These laws that are being passed deny her basic human rights, Moe says. The supporters of the bill, like psychologist and sexologist Dr. James Cantor, said that children are confused. Cantor has testified in numerous high-profile cases as an expert witness to states attempting to impose restrictions on transgender kids, but his background is in research on pedophiles. The number of cases of gender dysphoria, as I say, absolutely exploded at exact same time that social media took over adolescent growth, he said. The sexologist testified for Yost, arguing against research articles and physicians who provide the care. We have enormous areas of unknowns and the risks are all well documented, including the sterility of the children, but without any evidence of benefits that say the risk is worth it, Cantor said. The ACLU and the physicians have argued that this rhetoric isn't true, providing a surplus of research showing it prevents suicide. I have not experienced where someone is specifically not thriving under gender-affirming hormone care, Dr. Sarah Carruthers, an endocrinologist for kids at the Cincinnati Children's Hospital. My clinical experience in that is the response to those therapies is positive and beneficial. The trial will go on until the end of next week. This was actually reported by WEWS, which is Channel 5 here, reporter Morgan Trout, but they, I guess they wrote it up. So it's actually originally from Channel 5 news5cleveland.com and the Ohio Capitol Journal who picked it up. So let's make sure we give everybody the credit where it's due. I bet you if you went, no bets to it. I know because it says on the article that this Dr. Cantor goes all around the country to every state that's trying to push one of these laws across the books and testifies in the state's favor, saying you should do this. Take away these parents' rights to
Hmm.
have their children be taken care of medically. They'll always argue something like, "You're gonna cut somebody's dick off." They always argue that one. They never say anything the other way. The thing is, you're simply not allowed to do that across the board.
Yeah.
Cannot happen as a minor. It's not a surgery that's allowed. It's not a surgery that's even suggested. They never. It's not even something that's a part of that's suggested as a part of the treatment for this. But they throw it out there like it's possible. It's going to happen. They are definitely going to cut somebody's dick off, and that's it for them. They'll be sterile and can't make babies. And it's not true. But they'll lie and tell you to your face it is true. But that is what be popping with this particular group of motherfuckers. Look, trans rights are human rights, and trans children are need to be okay to receive the treatment they require, which is oftentimes and in most cases simply just therapy.
Yeah.
Not everybody jumps on hormone blockers and or testosterone or whatever. In most cases, it's simply like, okay, you can wear the clothes that you think fit the bill for you, and you can see a therapist to help you kind of walk through this. That's the vast majority of this. Take it from a parent who has a trans child. I don't say this without the wisdom underneath my belt here. So I already know it's going to be. This law passed. There's already a case before the Supreme Court now regarding whether or not this will be a thing. And with our current Supreme Court, I got the feeling this is just going to be allowed to walk, and it sucks. And hopefully, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe something will change to the contrary. But like I said, we just happen to have a Supreme Court right now that's really like, nah, bruh. My child just celebrated his 17th birthday, so luckily he has one more year to adulthood. And again, this case will probably go for quite a while, a bit longer. And actually, as the law is written, he's already grandfathered in. His treatment can continue unabated with no issue. But I'm not. That just means I don't have to fight for him, but I got to fight for other people's rights. I just have to, because my kid has those rights, and I want everybody to have those rights. It is what it is, y'all. But that was our one lone news story for the week, and I just, you're gonna always see me fighting the good fight. T, so it's when T is doing the news, it's gonna be me fighting for trans rights and or telling you about weed, because both those things are of import to me, and so I like to share that information with you. But I'm gonna pass this mic on over to my man Ant Man.
Well,
How about
before you move on, I would you like you said, trans rights are human rights. And when we turn a blind eye to one thing, it leads to another, and it has to stop.
for
So,
sure?
well, I don't really have much this week. Like I said,
Hold on. First up, as always, it's Tatum. Go on.
um, it's been like a busy week, but also a slow week. We we're really close to closing on the house.
Good.
Tomorrow is our walkthrough. So one last look at the house while it's somebody else's. Um, I mean, getting ready for a new house and a new child. It's a lot, but it's not a lot at the same time. It's just like mostly waiting on shit. And so that's been like my pretty much my world is just like, hey, getting ready for this, get ready for that, researching this, researching that, making phone calls about this and that. So I hate making phone calls, but that's just what you got to do. So yeah, so the other day, like I said, I was off. Me and the boys went to Chuck E. Cheese, which is like, it's a treat for everybody. It was mostly it's just some me and the boys do. But we went. It was a while ago. My partner had got some. She got some gift cards off the off uh, from Sam's Club. They were having a special. The one was for California Pizza Kitchen, which we no longer have.
We ain't got no CPKs around there.
No, it was at Beechwood. It's gone now.
Oh
And it was
damn.
crazy because it was like it's California Pizza Kitchen is one of those places that like I would walk by a lot, like, oh man, look at that menu. And I remember one time I went in and I bought I sat down and ate. And then like one other time we got like a big family meal during the pandemic for $30, which was pretty good. And then like we were going to get something and that bad boy's closed. So
Damn.
but we also got a Chuck E. Cheese gift card, which man, I don't care what nobody say. Chuck E. Cheese is lightweight a bargain. Like so for us, we usually get an hour and pass the card back and forth. The boys is really on this Jurassic Park game, and I had to tell them like, look, man, y'all spent the whole time playing Jurassic Park. And what I would do is it was this game right next to them, right next to the Jurassic Park game, where I could win tokens or
Yeah.
where I'm tickets for them. While they were playing, just pass me the card back. But that bad boy was broke, and I was like, "What am I going to do this whole time while y'all play?" I said, "Y'all gonna have to mix it up this time." So we did, but also I got 90 minutes instead of a hour, which might have been too much time there. So I think an hour of one and done might be better, but like I said, we still had money on the gift card, so only spending $11 out of pocket is pretty good.
Yeah.
Um, then we had lunch, and then we went to the Rocky River Nature Center, which is funny because it's one not too far from me. I think it's in Willoughby or Willoughby Hills or Willowick, one of those things. I don't live in none of those cities, so don't try to find me. So, and it's funny. It's like the setup was lightweight the same. Like you go in, it's free. You go in, it's like animals, like different local animals
Mhm.
and different like local stuffed animals, taxidermy animals too, like all around. And like they usually have like different like local aquatic animals, like they have frogs and water snakes and toads. What else did they have? That was really about it. Just some basic little animals and stuff. And then like you can walk around a little bit with the one that's near me. Like you go out back and it's like a pond, and you can walk around the pond, and it's lots of like walk pathways behind it.
Yeah.
And then it's like a little not a little what I call it, a lagoon. It should look like lightweight like a swamp, and the swamp is this way. You can go there. At the one in Rocky River, you cannot do that. It's just like, hey, you can go this way, you can go that way, and that's it. So we did that. I was like, I am in this city, and I actually had a dream about Rita's Ice, and I've been really wanting to try it because usually, the family gets we get some local ice cream called Mitchell's, and except for this time of year, which I think I lightweight want to buy some pints and put it in the freezer. Um, my favorite Mitchell's is their passion fruit sorbet. It's only around during this time of year, and it is sour. It is not sweet. It's like, of course, it's probably sweet. You got to use that sugar in that shit somehow, but it's very very sour. It hits you, and I got me two scoops in separate cups. I had one day and had one a couple days later, and I'm like, man, I need to get some more before the year out and put them in the freezer. But so I like like a fresh fruity refreshing thing, and I'm like, man, I seen that Rita's Ice, and next time I'm in Rocky River around or near there, I'm going to get some. So me and the boys were out, um, and we got some of that, and then I got some gas and came on home. So like we had a pretty good day. Um, it's it'll be interesting to see how the dynamics would be with three children. With three,
Yeah.
I mean, for a while. I mean, the other one ain't gonna be doing nothing for a while. But then I was just looking at some pictures from like I got from Google from 5 years ago, and it was when we were at the zoo. And Emery was only two then.
Yeah.
He was kicking it. He was by like he wasn't in no walk. He might have. Well, I don't know. Maybe I might have had a walker. Maybe I didn't. But like he was still kicking it. So we only got a little bit before the new little one is doing stuff and wanting to be involved because like man, it's just funny looking at those pictures because I didn't think of it as like, oh man, I had to carry him and change diapers and stuff. I just remember that day us walking around the looking at the dragon lanterns and stuff like that, and so we'll see how this goes.
Fair.
Nah, I don't like that. I don't like that turn of phrase. Hmm. Let's see. We'll see how it goes.
I mean, it's kind of I mean, the phrase plays itself. I play it's accordingly. I mean, you will see how it goes. It can't this kid may be like good to ride and something. Maybe like I'm good. I'm gonna stay over here in the house, man.
I mean, we get that a lot now. Like we divide and conquer things. Like
Yeah.
I mean, my partner staying home and worked all day. I was out. And then came home, made dinner. And I mean that was about it. Like the routine is it. Like I tell you one thing, man. I am so tired of cooking. I don't know what to do.
You've
Like
been saying that for a bit now, man.
yeah, I don't have the passion for it at all right now. Like
Yeah.
sometimes, like I remember when we were doing creme patissier, Nick was talking about puff pastry, and I keep on seeing it at Aldi's. I'm like, man, she was like, you should get it. I'm like, yeah, I do got to get it and try to do some things with it because I took out some chicken today, and I was thinking about making some hand pies with the puff pastry.
Yeah.
Do some chicken, a little cream, some vegetables, or like do a broccoli and cheese one or something like that. And I was like, I really don't feel like doing that today. So I just
I
made
saw I saw an empanada food truck parked somewhere the other day. Like, but it was just parked. Like it didn't seem like they was up and running. But now, like, I gotta find that food truck and hit them up and see if they got it popping, or at least see if they got maybe a web page or something. You know what I'm saying? Discussing their
yeah.
menu options.
Yeah, I guess I still got some empanada dough from your local place that I got to do something with. But I also have in the other freezer. I hope it's not messed up. Um, Not egg rolls. I got some spring roll sheets.
Yeah,
And man, I've been thinking about Ticket to Tokyo and those fucking spring rolls. I'm
the
like,
little tiny
man,
little joints they use like me
man,
like
they
my.
used to be so good, man. I remember Ticket to Tokyo. I liked it, and I
We
told
ate there
Nicole.
with enough regularity that we all probably made something. We made it work. I didn't
I mean,
love it, but
I
I
didn't know. I
enjoyed the.
didn't. Yeah, it was
I
like it was like the soup Nazi because the dude was kind of mean.
I liked him and his partner. They ran that place together. He was mean, but he always was like it was a sweetness to his meanness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was a character. Like that's the
Yeah,
best way to describe it. He was, but I miss those. I miss that whole combo, man.
yeah.
But I could just fuck up some spring rolls all by themselves. I definitely could have.
You just recently told me you made egg rolls and it was not worth it. So how spring rolls gonna be any better?
Well, with the okay, so with the spring rolls is just like chicken thighs, seasoning, and like some sweet and sour sauce. Like the chicken is like not complicated at all. You just cook it down and that's it. Chicken thighs are very forgiving meat. and then you wrap them up. Wrap them up, and that's it. With doing the egg rolls, it's kind of like that would have been something for me to make. When you're doing egg rolls, which I've made tons and tons of times, I gotta please the crowd. Like I made some with pepperoni and cheese. I made some with shit. I made some with I said it last week, like a crab rangoon and a Southwest chicken one. So I made 3 different ones, wrapping them bad boys up, hoping they don't pop and all that shit. Or if one tear, you got to double wrap it. All the things that come along with making egg rolls. Like when it's just like when you making the unknown or making something new, it's less expectation there.
Mm.
Like there's not no I mean my oldest son, he pretty much is like, oh man, that was good, or he didn't like it. Which either it's most of the time he like it, like 10% of the time he don't. My younger son is a definite wild card. He'll be like, "Fuck this shit! I don't want to eat that," or he'll be smashing it. I never expected he was gonna just like really be like, "Oh man, these crab rangoon egg rolls were like." He ate like 2 of them. I think yeah, he ate like maybe 2 or 3 of them. My partner, like she eats pretty much whatever. She has like her little you know like pregnancy woes at the moment. Like, oh, I don't want chicken wings, but when I get chicken wings, she's like, I'll take one because it seems like she don't really want chicken wings at the moment. But that's all I've wanted. Like I don't want to eat anything else. Like it's like if we going somewhere, it's definitely I'm getting some buffalo wings. Like no matter where we go, it's just like protein and a salad. I'm just
So,
eating all wings from everywhere.
so that's the current gender wars meta on TikTok is
Hmm.
a dude getting something and his woman coming to want a bite. And I've seen it go where the dude just keep eating and then don't give his lady a bite. I saw one today that was a dude. This woman ordered like basically an entire rack of ribs, mac and cheese,
Hmm.
all the shit, beans and shit, and the dude ordered a single taco,
Hmm.
one taco.
That's one rib.
And she was like, "Oh, let me, come on, let me get that bite, let me get a bite," and blah blah blah. And he looked like he about to, cry. He really looked like he's about to cry. And I'm like, and then he just ended up getting up and walking away. And I'm like,
Hmm.
so this is the current rage bait gender wars meta on TikTok is videos like that, and I'm just like,
I I don't know. Like I think most of the time my partner would like we'll share food for the most part, but sometimes it'll be a thing like where I'll ask her, I'm like, do you want a sandwich from Jersey Mike's? No, I'll take half yours. I'm like, no, I don't want to share half. Like I am willing to buy you a whole one. But like I don't know, it's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because like what happened is I can eat a whole like not even a big one. If I get a big one, that'd be like breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
yeah,
If I get a regular, I'm eating it. I'm eating it all, and if I share it, I'm not gonna feel satisfied. But then I'll get her a regular size sandwich, and she'll eat half, and then the other half will be just sitting in the refrigerator. I'll be like, I don't know what to do.
it's it's I don't know why me and Nessa constantly like, taste this, taste the soup. We can't like, and then I'm oftentimes like, no, I don't want to taste it. No, thank you, please and thank you. Just I'm good. Come on, taste. Like, no, I don't want to taste it. But then like she'll taste fine. Like if I got something to offer her, she'll taste it. She'll give me a little like, oh, that was good, or okay. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a natural thing for her and I to trade up, but oftentimes just we get what we gonna get. So it was Lee's birthday. So Lee had very, very specific requests. And one of them was, I want a stuffed crust pizza from Pizza Hut. I'm like, I
Mm.
got you. But I mean, I was like, well, that to me, I got to get, I got to give me a that's something. And I noticed when I was ordering, Pizza Hut got chicken sausage now.
Oh.
So I was like, oh, that's what's up. Black olives, mushrooms, that's what Vanessa likes on her pizza. And I was like, throw some chicken sauce on that bitch. And she was like, yo, that's hidden. And so now we know. And so,
Hmm.
not that we're going to order it on the red because it's like, this is a lot going on, but It's an option now, and so like I said, that's why when I see these videos, I'm just like, I don't know that life.
Yeah, I don't.
I have a partner who I do share with who but and who has never pulled the oh that look good, that look better than what I got, has never done that. But that's because Vanessa is anything, if anything, is she's a highly anxious person. So trust me, if we go into a restaurant, she has looked at that menu 60,000 times and knows what she wants before we get there.
The only time, like we talk about this story all the time. It was new. It was her birthday weekend, which her birthday is Christmas Eve,
Christmas Eve, yeah,
and we went to this one place. I think it was in Toledo, and she ordered the asabuco because
I remember.
she wanted to try it, and she was just saying how nasty it was. And I don't eat meat. I don't eat lamb or beef or pork. So she had ordered this asabuco, and like there was no other options to be eaten other than either my food or the asabuco. So I had to share it with her because the asabuco, like, of course, it's like lamb shank and then like smothered in like onions and mushrooms and in a wine. Of course, like all the au jus and shit is all over the mashed potatoes, all over. Like it was there was either eat that or she was just gonna go to bed super hungry and salty at our hotel. So yeah, but for the most part, there's no war. There's more like, hey, are you gonna eat leftovers or I'm gonna cook?
It's, this is breezy, man. Like I said, I guess that's a possibility. That's a thing, but it's like I said, it just seems like it's just like the new. Like it's too many videos for it not to be a thing. And I'm like, okay, so this is just what it's gonna be. It's like
Do
the
you?
one I saw. The one was mad funny to me because he was imagine if you will a chubby London bloke, English bloke. I don't want to say he's from London, and he's like, when I was at the shop, I called and asked if you want anything. You said you didn't. And he just wrecking. He's like, and then she's like, you really not gonna give me none? He goes, no, I asked you and you said you didn't want any, so this is mine. And he was very cool about it, but she like he kept like at the last like flash of the video, like a pause on her face far across the room, looking back sad as shit. And I'm just like, that's wild.
So my question to you guys would be: do you think this is more of a thing with gender wars because less people are cooking? It seemed like they always saying, recipes are being lost. So do you think it does weigh in more as like the only meal I am gonna get tonight is gonna be this Burger King. So either you in or you ain't, because neither one of us gonna cook. So do you think there's more of a thing because of that?
I think it's bullshit. I don't think it
Mm.
actually happens like this. I think most people don't eat out that often as they make it out to be. I think people do eat out often enough, but I don't think they're out there on their grind like this. I think people meal prep at home and stuff like that. There, I don't think people are such adventurous eaters as they try to play to be on these videos. Like people know what they're gonna get. They know what the restaurant is serving because, like I said, if they're anything like Vanessa, they have researched it. They have looked and then delved into a menu and they kind of have an idea of what something could look like. Not always going to be like whatever. Plus, it's like, again, I don't know, bro. And I guess I can understand. I could understand if this was happening regularly enough in somebody's life, then there could be, I guess, a level of frustration of like every time I buy food, you trying to not eat your food and trying to eat my food. I can't fuck with that. But it just doesn't seem like that's a true happens. That's really happening. You know what I'm saying it just seemed like I said. It just seemed like skits they make up on the internet because it gets engagement. People are going to see that video. They're going to like that video. They're going to share that video, and you get engagement. And if you are in any of these social media's creator funds, that's how you make your money. You see it on Twitter all the time now because everybody can get a check mark and they can get paid for interaction. So they'll always say some old wild shit, and I'm like, that was a little too out of pocket. You just want it's rage bait. This is intentional. You want people to be mad at you and retweet your shit and share your shit because then the numbers start hitting and you get paid for it. So now I just don't fall for it. I'm just like, no. So I don't think that's what's happening is what it comes down to. And I truly don't think people are eating out that often and causing such a ruckus. I think when people do go out to eat, it's a kind of a known
Hmm.
because everybody at this point got a favorite restaurant. I don't feel like people are so adventurous in their eating that they're like, I'm gonna go to this brand new spot that I've never been to before, and now, or if they are going to a brand new spot, then they probably seen a review somewhere or read something, or somebody hit them up was like, you should try this at this spot, and they're like, okay,
I
I'll try
disagree
them
with
out.
you.
Well, duh, it's consistent.
Well,
It's who you are as
there's
a
a reason
person,
why.
sir.
I'm not disagreeing with you just to do it, but I'm disagreeing with you because there's infinite Instagram pages now that's truly strictly dedicated to just like recording promo videos for restaurants like all over the place. Like every city has multiple pages that do the same thing. And I know people who like they see these videos and like they want to go to these places to try it themselves. Like I've gone to places because of these videos.
Tell
Like
me how
yeah,
you
I
think
have
that's disagree.
like
Explain to me how you think that's disagreeing with me.
because you made it sound like people just go to the same spots like repeatedly. Like they don't try stuff
The
new. Like
last thing I said before you said you disagree with me was me saying, but they go on the internet and people will say you should go here and try this.
you
You
have to
agree with
remember
me
too.
before.
You have to remember too. I'm on an internet delay.
All right. Well, the reality of it, sir,
3 seconds.
you and I agree this time around. You and I agree this time around. That's exactly the case. That's where people will go out and try something. We agree in that term. Please continue. I'm sorry. I want you to know we was on point together. We was on it to this time, bro.
Well, I mean, back in the day, how would have people found new restaurants? It would have been word of mouth and what, like newspaper reviews or something?
Had to been
So
right.
this is
Yeah.
just, yeah. So this is just the modern day way of going about it. Like,
Yeah.
so like we can say that oh, they just went on Instagram, but like that's Instagram is the way, like that's how you find
It's
out about
it's
new shit. So
it's today's newspaper. And like I said, I just like Ant was just talking about Rita's. Like I said, how Vanessa knew we had a Rita's locally was it was showed up on IG. Exactly. That's exactly how it goes down.
yeah,
How
I
Korean
saw a video for a place at North Olmsted, and I sent it to my buddy a couple nights ago. Uh, some dough, fire and dough in North Olmsted.
Hmm.
It's like they make like falafel, and they it's kind of like uh, a Middle Eastern type of style, but then they incorporate like burgers, and it's crazy. It looks like fucking incredible. Like I love to try it.
Yeah, you sent it to us too.
Oh, I did. Yeah, yeah. That's right. Because I thought you guys would like the chicken stuff.
yes. I think
I send you guys a lot of shit.
I think people do enjoy getting out there and and trying some stuff and new stuff and so forth. But I don't think this whole I'm gonna get something and you gonna get something and you're not gonna want it is as rampant as the internet makes it out to be. You know what I'm saying? I think, like I said, I think a lot of this is just people wanting people to be not so much. I mean, we call it rage bait because that's the extent to what it is. It gets people upset. Like I'm mad about fake ass food at the beginning of this very episode. But
Fake ass food.
goddamn. Well, no, see, currently the title is "Very Forgiving Meat" because it was a good ass line, sir. But I think in an honest and open relationship, it becomes a non-issue. It's like, yeah, girl, you can eat this. I don't care. Eat it. I'll eat something else. I won't eat something else. Vanessa is addicted to McDonald's French fries and Diet Coke right now. Just the addiction. Just I'm gonna go give some. I'm gonna go give me French fries and Diet Coke. You want anything? No, I do not want nothing. Every now and again, yeah, I'll get something, but most of the time, I'm like, I'm straight. I'm good. I'm fine. Thank you. So it's
Does
just
she have to have the McDonald's Diet Coke?
yeah, because it go hard.
Oh, okay.
Man, all the McDonald's look, bro. I'll be open and honest with y'all. All the McDonald's sodas go hard because they do the metal fucking tanks and it makes a difference. They be so the syrup be so cold and the beverages be just like so crisp. They Sprite is insane.
Mm.
It's insane. I don't even like they Coke. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody like McDonald's Coke be hard. Like, sure, I guess. McDonald's Sprite, also McDonald's orange juice.
Yeah, the only thing if I do go to McDonald's, I'll get the hot sea orange. I really don't get the soda.
They sweet tea good as fuck too. Sending a damn shame. How the hell they get that? How they pulling that off? That is losing the recipes for real. Y'all done stole somebody's recipe for that one, McDonald's. You're some nonsense.
We're losing
We're
the
losing our
recipes.
recipes
Why is that so funny?
because the way he delivered it and the fact that it's true.
Oh my god, y'all. Let me see. I mean, well, whatever. We happen to be in food, and there's no point in me dipping it down. So Monday, uh, well, I don't know, man. This takes a whole lot of story. All right, basically, I'm gonna jump in here, and then we'll give it up to box. So just some tea time, right quick. Monday, we did Lee's first college visit. We visited the school I attended, did not graduate, but I still call my alma mater because I did go there to CSU, Cleveland State University. Cleveland State University is so much different than the school I went to. So different. By leaps and bounds. The things that are the same make me laugh because I'm like, well, here it is. This is the library. I worked in the library, so on and so on. This is this used to be called main classroom. And we get there and they like, this is this, that, and third building. But we call it main classroom. I'm like, oh, so it's still main classroom. But they have multiple degree options. They have considerably more scholarship options. They have dorms. They had a dorm when I went to CSU, and it was actually a converted Holiday Inn that was used to be right across the street from CSU. And they used to buy Dreamcast games from a dude who lived in them dorms, bootleg Dreamcast games. And so it's like so different. And when I do this whole thing, my kid was like, "Yo," and as it turns out, it's like one of the second or third best schools in the country for the major he's attending. So I'm just like, psh, fuck, we might have hit it out the park off the jump, but who knows? But that was an experience, and I'm kind of like, that's kind of wild that CSU has become such a great school. Not that it wasn't a good school at my time, but it is something special now, and I was just like kind of taken aback by it. But after that, we one of his birthday requests was wanted to get his nose pierced. And I was like, all right. And I found a place that was reviewed well on Yelp. I want y'all to know, don't fall for the review well on Google. Some whole shit going on in there. We know it. And so I gotta say, be real. Go to Yelp. Aunt been telling me about you've been down with Yelp for forever, but yeah, that's the one you want to go to when they have a good review on Yelp. Then they have gotten a good review. Yelp is just a little more on they shit about their reviews, and Google is not. They'll just let anybody review anything with no. Like, you was near here. Did you go here? Like, yeah, I did. It was great. It's like, don't do that. No. But we had so much time betwixt finishing up the college tour and the nose piercer. But I was like, all right, let's just go get some food. And I'm rolling. Trust me, I know exactly where I'm going to go get food from. And that is the Popeyes in North Olmsted. But I'm not going to their drive-thru because fuck that. Because Popeyes drive-thrus is always going to be a guess. It could be going down right. Could be going down right. Just go inside the Popeyes, y'all. I go inside the Popeyes, start ordering stuff, and immediately they're like, we don't got that. And I'm just like,
even in North Olmsted?
Even in North Olmsted, it's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We waiting on our truck because that's always the answer. They waiting on their truck. It's like, okay. I'm like, what about this? It's gonna be 12 minutes, and I'm like,
so okay.
I'm eating in here, baby. 12 minutes ain't shit to me. Make me them strawberry biscuits.
Oh wow.
And so they make the biscuits, and it's all together. But as always, Popeyes is great. is some of the best food in the fast food game. And I don't understand. And it's like, and that's why they stay in business. It's like you be like, man, my experience with these people, and actually, the customer service was as good, well, probably high tier for Popeyes, mid for anybody else. Because the dude was like, "Hey man, I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? The truck ain't here, and it's blah blah blah, and so forth." But he got everything else together, whipped it up, was good about it, and that shit was so good. And then like I ordered macaroni and cheese. I've ordered macaroni and cheese from Popeyes before and never had it. You know what I'm saying? Like I picked up my food and it not be in the bag. So then I just get money back from Popeyes saying, sorry, we didn't give you mac and cheese. But this time I actually had it. Box, it might have been some of the best mac and cheese I had in my life. It was wild cheesy. It was perfectly seasoned. The noodles was on point. It was astoundingly good. And, which is so strange because like what is happening that is a possibility, but it was fire. So I'm sitting there eating this macaroni and cheese. They French fries because like I said, and that's another thing because they never have anything ready. Everything was fresh as fuck. So these French fries was the best fries I've ever had in Popeyes, and it was so good. And I might have just been hungry because I truly hadn't eaten anything today. I drank some milk with my medicine in the morning, and that was it. That's all I had on my tummy up until I got to that Popeyes. And but it was so good. And like I said, there's like three people in that motherfucker like eating. Like there's one dude who's already eating, and it was somebody else, and it was me and my kid. And it's like so it's a chill ass vibes in Popeyes. And like I said, everybody was super nice in there. I waited for what I thought was the 12 minutes. And I get up there, he goes, "Hey man, everything coming out right now." I'm like, sweet. So I just stayed there collecting my food and had some delicious Popeyes, man. And it was well worth the journey. I'll tell you that. Plus, like I said, the spot we went to go get the kid pierced at is you know where Guitar Center is over there? Kind of
Yeah.
off of Brick Park, kind of just off here in the situation over in North
Yeah, it's
Olmsted.
off in the cut.
Yeah, yeah. It's just down there, and back down that road, and they were great. That was a good experience too. Body Anthology in North Olmsted, who was about to move. So they're currently on the Brook Park Extension is the name of that road. Which tell me right now, put that into Google Maps. Sans the word extension, and it's gonna get you lost. So you definitely got to make sure you put the word extension there. But they're actually about to move down Lorraine a bit further. But everything about that place was fantastic. It was clean, and not just like kind of clean, but I mean spotless. The piercer, Sonia, was masked and gloved and did everything nice and was super sweet to my kid. The guy who's at the desk was like, "Oh, thanks for coming in there." I definitely went and ruined their bathroom.
Oh
It was
no.
bad news, y'all. And I came out and I said, "I am so sorry." And he's like, "Oh, don't worry about it." I'm like, "Thanks, man." Because trust, it was a problem. And but like I said, it was just a great experience. My kid got his nose pierced and he's quite happy with it, and that's dope. And yeah, man. So that day, Monday was too sweet, clean money, baby. Great college visit, some of the best Popeyes I ever had in my damn life, and my kid got his nose pierced without no muss, no fuss, at a real clean and nice facility with real good staff and so forth and so on. So that's how that linked up to food. The Popeyes in the middle there is how we got that to link up with food. I'm telling you right now, Popeyes mac and cheese is lightweight, awe inspiring, and how good it is. Like, how is fast food mac and cheese doing that?
I don't know what took fast food so long to have good macaroni and cheese. It's pretty simple.
I know, but you know what it is? They be making that damn soup. They be giving you that watery ass KFC mac and cheese.
I don't even call that mac and cheese. I call that a last option, if anything.
Some type of pasta salad, but yeah, anyway, there you go.
Pasta salad.
That was you some tea time. Let's give it up for some story time and lunchbox. Daniel, what's going on with you? What's going on in the book of Daniel?
Figured I would just keep the food train rolling and talk about how I made an impulse purchase that I got caught up in the moment and I don't regret it. Thanks to the wonders of chest freezers. So, as we all know on this podcast, T has dubbed me the Crown Prince, Pierogi Prince of Parma, or something like that. And so the other night, my brother came over, and me, him, and my buddy went to the grocery store because we had to like pick up some things for dinner that night. And I was walking through like their meat area, and I saw like Sophie's Pierogies, which is based out of Garfield Heights here in Ohio. And usually like that's like the major local pierogi that people know because of the packaging and everything.
Yeah,
But like my favorite is from like my old neighborhood. The brand on their packaging is called, it's like Janka,
yeah,
Janka, and they're in kind of a nondescript, like they're in like a vacuum seal bag with just their stickers on it, so you can like see the pierogies. Whereas like the Sophie's ones are in like trays with like paper packaging covering it, so you can't really see them. So they don't stand out as much on the shelf. And I saw a couple, like I saw it next to the Sophie's ones, and I don't always see them at like all the Giant Eagles because they're usually like hard to find or they don't have them. And so I was like, oh man, I wonder how much they cost. So I picked it up, and I noticed that the ones I was looking at had like that Giant Eagle sticker on them where they were on like price markdown. Because that's usually like how I'll buy. Like I won't buy lunch meat at Giant Eagle unless it's got like the price markdown sticker on it. Like if I'm in Giant Eagle, if something has the like this shit's got to get out of here sticker on it, it's got my attention. Because like those like Giant Eagle's like so pricey compared to like most grocery stores for a lot of things. So like if you get a deal, you got to take it. And so when I saw the sticker, it caught my eye, and I was like, oh shit, I should buy some of these. Like the sell by date on them, or the sell by, or I'm sorry, the user freeze by date was July 20th, which is like coming up in like
A
two
couple
days or
days.
something. I don't even know what
yeah.
today is. Yeah,
The 18th.
and yeah, and so I was grabbing a couple. My buddy's like, yeah, you should just grab a bunch. So he's like, you can, he's like, if it's your favorite, he's like, just go for it. And I was like, I looked at
Ball
it and I
up
was
then.
like, yeah, fuck it, I'm just gonna buy them all. And so I literally grabbed every single package of pierogies from that brand because they all had stickers on them. Every single pack of pierogies that they had on that rack had like the markdown. They were all like $2-3 off. And so when the dust settled, I spent $148.90 on pierogies that are currently in my house. Now, granted, 2 packs got opened and cooked yesterday, so I'm 2 packs down. But I have a couple upstairs in the kitchen in the freezer up there, and then my chest freezer down here has 2 full grocery bags of just straight up pierogies.
Last week it was 48 tubes of lube. This week is $150 worth of pierogi. Box just bringing it home,
Trying
people.
times, man. You gotta buy in bulk.
For real, for real. I actually have had those pierogi because on Box's recommendation, because I actually have seen them before, but never fucked with them. But he was like, "Nah, them the ones, man. You got to get down with them." And I was like, "Okay, they're as good as homemade, and in fact better because they're kind of restaurant quality, which is actually kind of a nice to have. When getting down pierogi, it's like not a lot of restaurant around there. Well, I mean, actually, it's probably a ton
the
of
thing
restaurants that do make them around here.
the thing about those ones is they are like handmade. The, the,
Mm.
the, the company that makes them is in my old neighborhood in the middle of like the Polish ghetto now. And like they're even on their packaging, they say like we don't use machines because machines can't replicate the handmade quality that we do in our product. And that's
Yeah,
part of why they're harder to find because they can't pump them out in batch quantities like the other brands can. So like they're like as good as they are for a reason.
yeah.
And when I
So
saw
what?
that they were like discounted, I felt like it was a slap in the face of the quality of that brand, and I had to step up. Gotham needed a
Facts.
hero, and the bat signal was shining.
So my two questions are: were they all the same flavor, or are they different varieties?
It was three different flavors.
Oh,
It was cottage cheese, regular potato, and then potato with American cheese.
okay. My second question was: do you remember like in Giant Eagle they used to have like this bag, like a deli grab bag with like cheese and meat and like whatever scraps at the end of the night for mad cheap? Do you remember that?
I've never seen the deli grab bag. Like when I go over to this one's deli section, a lot of times they'll have like the stickers on like the prepackaged like Dietz and Watson lunch meat, and
Yeah,
then I've been in the other Giant Eagles where they have like the bakery rack where they're trying to get rid of like the day old bakery for a steal,
Well, they
and
always got
then
that poppy seed
I've
bread that I've never seen nobody eat before.
yeah, or like the cupcakes that are like have like one day left on them and shit like that. Yeah, but then like the this Giant Eagle, the one that I got the pierogies at, for the longest over by like their like gift cards. I mean, not the gift cards, the like the birthday cards and the as seen on TV products and shit like that. That kind of area. They had a rack. It was like a stationary island rack with like the four sides, and that was where they were putting like their clearance items. Like I'd go in there and like it'd be like goldfish with sriracha flavoring and uh fucking organic gravy and shit like that, you know, like that was like had been on the shelf for months and hadn't sold and they were trying to get it out before they had to throw it out. But I've noticed they've shifted away from that, and now they're doing something with some app where like
Yeah.
people with like low income can come get, like you have to order it on the app and then come pick it up, and they have the rack at the front of the store and it says like no one touch this unless you work for Giant Eagle or something like that.
Yeah, my mom told me about that app. It's I forgot what it's called, but it's just like you use the app and they like that's how they get rid of almost expired food and vegetables and stuff. And my mother be like, "Did you look at that? It's yo," because she was saying how the one in Beechwood always got good stuff better than other places. I'm like, no, I
Yeah,
haven't
like I've
checked out
seen
that
some
app
stuff on
lately.
their rack before that like I would have bought just straight up, like if I was allowed to, like without the app.
Yeah, maybe you should
I
just
wish
get the app.
I wish we knew what it was called because that's actually something I would like to share with listeners who might need that. That's dope. That they are finding the ways to be a little. Maybe they get a write off of some sort. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. But hey, if you know what it is, let us know because then we can share that with listeners who might need that. That's dope, man. Food. What is it called? Food. It's called. I forgot what it's called when you don't. Food insecurity is what it's called
Oh,
when you
I
like.
think it might be this. The app I think might be called Flash Food.
It
Okay.
is.
Yeah, because I'm on the Giant Eagle thing right now, and it says the Flash Food app enables our customers and team members to browse deals directly from their phone or computer on fresh items like meat, produce, dairy, and bakery, as well as center store foods and snacks that are nearing their best buy dates.
Right. Fuck with it, y'all. I mean, y'all remember like going to like the Hostess store or the Intamin store or whatever. You know what I'm
Oh
saying? Back in the
yeah.
day,
Oh yeah, we used to do
coming
that
up.
shit all the time. There was a Hostess store down the street up until like a year ago.
Yeah, yeah. Or Nichols or whoever else you know what I'm saying. All
Nickels,
these little various.
Swables.
Yeah.
Because Hostess is debunked now, right? Pretty much. It's
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
place.
They went bankrupt and somebody else bought them. Whoever whoever was making Dolly Madison, I think, bought them out and then just switched
Mhm.
over to and called everything Hostess. So, but I remember the Hostess store used to be like over here on like I don't know 93rd and like it was back in the cut, but it was over here in like I don't want to say the hood per se, but it was in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't in the burbs. And then they took that bitch and they moved it to Parma Heights. And I was just like, that's such hoe shit because they didn't need that store in Parma Heights, but they definitely needed it in the hood. And I'm not saying Parma Heights is so well off that you know what I'm saying, and people it might not be it might be people there that do need it, but it's just like it just was like such fuckery to me that they took it from the people who did need it, and then they even moved it from Palm Heights after a while. They moved it elsewhere, and so it's like I'm like, don't take these shops away from the families that need them. And like you're saying, this app seems like, sure, they kind of make it like anybody can fuck around and get this shit, but it does seem like it's tilting a little bit toward people with like food insecurity who might need an app like this in their life, and I think that's pretty dope.
Yeah, I'm on it
Cameron's not
right
doing it
now.
any justice. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm on it right now, and I logged in. Like I logged in with Google, and like right here, here's Lenny and Larry gingerbread cookies. Best by August 1st, 2024. Normally $2.50, marked down to $1. Giant Eagle smoked ham tub. Best by July 19th, which is like 2 days from now or
Tomorrow.
something.
No, it's
Normally
tomorrow.
four or tomorrow. Yeah, but usually you can get like a couple days extra out of it. But
Oh, for sure.
yeah,
The Best Buy
normally
day is bullshit.
450, marked down to 225.
Yeah. That's a known that the best if used by date is basically nonsense in a lot of situations, and that there's a lot of time between actual inedible and so forth, and the best by date. So
Yeah,
I'm
there's like
all
a
for
lot
it.
of like good. There's good shit on here. Like the how they do like the pre-sliced onions and shit like that. Like in
Mm-hmm.
the produce section for like convenience. That shit's on here. Like 8 ounces of diced green peppers, normally $4, $2. 8 ounces of diced red onion, normally $3, $1.50. 7 ounces of sweet onion chopped up, $1.50. Like Caesar salad kit, $2. Blueberry scones, $3.
Mm. They need to be dry.
Like all kinds of shit on here. Now, see, here's the kind of shit that I would see on that like that clearance rack. McCormick cocktail sauce. Like there would be like 10 jars of that shit on there, and they would sit there for weeks. Hellman's vegan mayo,
Yeah.
Ugh.
McCormick turkey gravy mix, Starbucks coffee Veronica decaf ground.
Mm.
Normally $13, on sale for $6. So basically, they put the shit like, and at this John Eagle anyway, like half off. But the thing is, like when you go into the app, it pulls up like a map of the area. Yeah, my camera's not doing me justice right now. But like on the map, every little like dot that's a shopping cart is a grocery store that has like this program. So you can go
Okay.
to like that particular grocery store and click on it. Like right here, if I go to like there's a Giant Eagle here on West 117th. They've got it.
There's
So you
a
just click on the store, and then it pulls up all that store specific items. Like this one's kind of more along the lines of what Anthony was talking about, where they've got all the deli meats on here, like the Giant
yeah.
Eagle slice ones in the bags. So here's like deli turkey ends, $1.78. Deli ham ends, $4.80. Yeah, they're cutting up the ends of the meat. Um, Deli cheese ends, $4.45. Giant Eagle crunchy peanut butter jar, $1.14.
Man, I've been wanting a good PB&J sandwich. I think I'm gonna make that happen tomorrow.
That was my breakfast this morning.
What kind of
I'm
jelly do
good
you
with.
use?
I'm sorry. What?
What kind of jelly do you use?
Oh, I use grape, but I use Welch's natural
Hmm.
because I'm
Oh
touchy.
shit! Like
I
this
don't.
one doesn't even expire till next year. Market District S'mores brew cups. So it's like the coffee cups for like a Keurig.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're half off, and they're good until April 18th of next year.
Yeah.
So they must not be selling. They're probably just trying to get rid of them.
Or
Uh,
you know what else be happening? New packaging. Like when you
yes.
like it'll be stuff that'll still be good, but the company has made a refresher of a look, so they got to do something different.
Yeah. They're doing it. They're in the middle of rebranding or something. So all the packages changing. Good Mythical Morning did an
This
episode
reminds.
somewhere about
I was,
restaurants doing a similar thing with this, where you can get like basically it's like end
yeah,
of the
the
day
food.
stuff, and they got
Like if someone calls in like an order and doesn't pick it up, you can come get it. Or if they like made too much, you can get like It's like a grab bag. Like you pay like $40 and you get like a giant meal. You just don't know what's in it.
And
Mm.
like I remember because they were basically doing like they were just doing Rhett versus Link. Of course, it's always like that. And Rhett was just killing it. Everything he was getting was like, yo, this is whole meals and different breads and different things. Like Link got a bag full of like everything bagels. It just was so I was just like, damn.
Yeah, but Link
I
deserved that shit.
I oftentimes find myself rooting for Link, but oftentimes I'm just like, Jesus Christ, you idiot. Especially when it comes to that damn when they play darts. I'm like, just play the game of darts and you will be so much better than what you be doing. And I know it. He'll always say, but I'm doing it for the entertainment. I'm trying to entertain people. I'm like, but you're not entertaining. You're frustrating the fuck out of me. Because it's
Mm.
like, if you want to do anything, throw where your man just threw at. It means it'll always be a tight score. But you be like, no, man, I think it's in Peru. Well, nigga, it's not Peru. It's fucking in Europe somewhere. And your man just said that shit. Why are you choosing Peru, man? It bothers me too much. It shouldn't, but it do. Man. Like, come on, bro, get right. He recently, and it was I remember myself being upset about it, and then him having to come out and apologize. I was like, oh, I wasn't alone in my upset. He was playing darts, right? They got this game where they go in the world or something, and they throw darts
Yeah.
at the dartboard. They try to get close to a map, space on a map where this food item came from. If y'all don't fuck with GMM. And Chase was dressed in like a blow up costume of some sort, like a chicken costume or whatever. Link jump over there and stab at Chase with the dart to pop the costume, thinking
Oh, what?
it'll be funny. But I literally sat there next on the couch for this because watching GMM is just a part of our thing, and I was just like, this motherfucker could have stabbed this boy. I know he's Chase a grown man, but still, he could have stabbed this man. I'm like, this is not funny. This is dumb. And when it's all said and done, maybe like a week later, my man had the issue and a retraction and apology. And then on the next time they played that game on the show, he was like, I'm sorry. That was dumb of me. I was trying to be entertaining and funny, but really what I was doing was putting my man Chase in danger, so forth and so on. And they made him play like the whole game with French fries with ketchup on them instead of darts. And they said he got to earn his darts back. And I was like, damn, bruh. Bruh. I love GMM. I love Rhett and Link, but sometimes that man frustrates the fuck out of me, bro. TV. Well, there you go, people. You've gotten stories from all of us. A lot of food talk this go around because hey, sometimes it goes down like that, and that's what's up. And so let's what anything else to tell you about my kid? General birthday situation for my kid for Lee's 17th birthday. He instead of cake, he requested Jack Frost donuts. So we got up Tuesday morning and went up and hit Jack Frost up. Got a selection of donuts from them, and he had had very specific requests. He wanted Jack Frost donuts. He wanted Nirvana unplugged on vinyl. He wanted this Kurt Cobain Funko Pop that I could not find to save my life. It is what it is, people. But I did end up getting him 6 set of Lego, and it's like a bonsai tree Lego set that he
That's
built.
pretty sweet.
Yeah, it turned out real nice. And got him the record. He requested a nice card. So I got him. We went to Hallmark. Actually, went to go find a nice card, and I got him what I think was a nice card. Stuck a little bread in that bad boy for him.
What's the name of those cards by Hallmark with the saggy titty lady on the back, or always making jokes? She had the sweater and the.
I remember, but I cannot remember the name of that brand situation.
And it was always funny,
Yeah,
but not unfortunately, but we didn't. If we got a card in our house, it had to be it was an African American card. I forgot the name of their particular ones, but I always I dig these, but I do want a funny one with the lady with the martini and shit, but that never happened.
hey, the brand B out there, people can't whatever. But yeah, man, it was. I had a real good. I think my kid had a pretty good a good birthday, and I very much enjoyed it. And he was like very low key about it. You know what I'm saying? Next year, of course, I'm saying he'll be a grown up, but he also will be it'll be just past him graduating. So I'm just like, we'll probably just do a combination birthday party, graduation party, make it run the jewels, on that one. And then my family is attempting to put together a family reunion right now. But I'm like, yo, that is butting right up against my kid's graduation. Got to say, I don't know if I'm being trying to get down to Tennessee for that one, but we'll see how that plays out. But that's about. I think you're caught up on my life at that point. So that's that's what's cracking with me for right now. And that having been said, let when we then march right on over the mean streets of Reddit and look at some Emma the Assholes. Emma the Asshole is a subreddit on the website Reddit where people will write in their little, I guess, disputes and ask the internet, are they an asshole for whatever they did and or are about to do? I've pulled three this week, and they are as followed. Am I the asshole for not giving my daughter a car for her 16th birthday and cutting her off financially?
Mm.
Am I the asshole for going to the police immediately when I found out my parents took out debt in my name? And am I the asshole for wanting my wife to drive before we have kids? Anyone y'all want to jump into first?
The police one.
Am I the asshole for going to the police immediately when I found out my parents took out debt in my name? My parents took out credit cards and loans in my name. It
Shit.
was fine when they were paying the bills, but they got behind. I don't have a key to their mailbox, so I never saw the bills or anything. I just finished my third year of university, and I was going to move out. That required me to get a credit check and stuff. My parents freaked out and forbid me from moving out. They said it was stupid that I would waste money on moving out and when I could save money living at home. They don't like my boyfriend, so I thought that was their issue. But no, I was wrong. Long story short, I'm about $60,000 in debt because of them. I can't afford to pay that off. I told them they need to clear the debt immediately and change the house rules so my boyfriend could spend the night. Fair.
Mm.
They said they didn't have the money to pay that debt, and I could not strong arm them into change the rules of their house. I
Mm.
called my auntie, asked her if I could please come stay with her for a bit. She let me and asked a lot of questions. She then showed me a dozen Reddit posts about parents screwing up their kids' future and kids allowing it. I went to the police and reported it. My parents got arrested and charged. They
Oh
are
shit.
furious with me. I know they didn't spend the money. I know they didn't spend the money on me. I do not know what they spent the money on. I don't care. I feel bad for them, but I'm not letting them fuck up my future. Am I the asshole?
Mm.
Damn. This
I
one's tough.
don't know. Yeah, that is tough because I guess getting your parents in trouble is the only way to clear your debt. But at the same time, those your fucking parents, and like if they've been using it since you was little, I'm pretty sure they probably used it on you somehow. In the like, oh well, you got a new roof over your head or something. They probably just use it on themselves. They probably don't got no gold teeth or nothing like that. I mean,
What if
They
they
hit a
do though?
ball wall.
yeah. Oh, they
What if
got
they
grills.
what if they did hit up the people's champ? It was just
They went
icy and
from
saucy as
overseas
fuck.
to Texas. They came back with grills.
Smile for me, Daddy.
Isn't it? Isn't this a good look? Isn't it?
Oh
Man.
man, yeah, this because it's like if it had been anybody else, straight to jail. God damn, your parents? Shit. Like,
The
You
parents
you
were
I can
wrong.
see why they did what they did.
yeah, you gotta report it because that's the only way it can get cleared off your report because it's a crime. That's the only way they're gonna clear it. And because of the amount, it's a F. It's a felony, man. It's gotta be.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
sucks.
damn.
Um, I'm gonna say they're not an asshole, but with the caveat, like you still ain't right. But they are right though. But I kind of feel like she just did it because the boyfriend couldn't come through and knock boots. I don't know.
Oh no. You see, because she gave them an option. She said, "Let my man's come through, and we can play this shit a little sweet." And they said no. So it's like, look, 60 grand and jail, or I can fuck my boo.
It's still your parents. He probably ain't shit. He probably I don't know.
What if
The
like
dad
the
probably see
walls
himself in
there
him.
are like super paper thin, and she's like doing it just because she knows she's a screamer, and she just wants to torture her parents.
You gave me
And it wouldn't
$60,000
even
worth
like
of debt.
necessarily need to be real screaming either. Just playing it up, make them uncomfortable.
And of course, she want him to call him. She he want to be called daddy, since daddy in the next room.
She could
this,
really
this,
like twist the knife too. Like he's in the room. He's like they're not even having sex. He's just in the corner playing Call of Duty on the Xbox. She's just on the bed doing like the fake jumping around, like daddy, daddy. Meanwhile, her parents on the other side of the wall, just my baby girl.
shit. Let's see what Reddit thinks. Not the SO. It was fine when they were paying the bills. No, it wasn't. It is identity fraud and it's illegal. Put a freeze on your credit and monitor your reports from now on. Tell them you are furious with them as well. I mean, I didn't know about it. Not that what they did was okay. Let's scroll down a bit. I get what you mean. It was fine because you didn't know about it, but then they messed up even further by not paying it. If they paid it, you may have never known. You're not the
Yeah,
asshole. Of course. I'm glad you have an aunt to point you in the right direction. So many people take advantage of their own children and think they are old. Kids are not bank accounts. Let's scroll. I mean, the credit score would have gone up, but OP would have been prevented from getting loans for themselves because of the debt to income ratio. So it wouldn't have been helpful. Lenders don't just look at your credit score; they look at your total income and what you owe every month. And if it's too close to 50%, they don't give you more credit because you can't pay it and still live. Fair, fair. We outside.
Hmm.
Well, that was that one. Well chosen, box. I'm gonna do this one. It's a little lengthy. Am I the asshole for not giving my daughter a car for her 16th birthday and cutting her off financially? 16th, people. So
Hmm.
let that number hit.
I'm
I,
lit.
48 male. I'm sorry, what?
I said I'm letting it hit.
I, 48 male, have a daughter, Lisa, 15 female, from my first marriage. I'm not on particularly good terms with her mother, and Lisa, unfortunately, became an outlet of her resentment toward me, which ended up souring our relationship massively. Lisa's a good person, but unfortunately, she takes after her mom in terms of demeanor and often acts rude and entitled. A few years ago, I married again. Lisa decided not to attend my wedding, and she said a bunch of hurtful things to my then fiancee, Rosemary, 38 female. Since then, our relationship got even worse. When Rosemary and I welcomed our son a year and a half ago, Lisa sent me a text saying that that since I have my perfect baby now, I could stop pestering her and trying to play family with her. It hurt me deeply, and I ended up distancing myself from her. And though I kept sending her $100 a month as her allowance. Recently, we had an unplanned addition to our family. Long story short, Rosemary's sister, who wasn't a good parent to start with, terminated her custody rights over her son Blake, 17 male. Rosemary and I decided to take Blake in. Unfortunately, a few years ago, Blake got in a horrible wreck that left him permanently disabled. Luckily, he can somewhat walk and doesn't need 24/7 assistance around the house, but that's about it. Blake is an amazing person, and he quickly became part of our family. I decided to give the $100 allowance to Blake instead. He was beyond happy and grateful. I also made a hard decision and gave him my car. It's a 22 Cadillac Escalade, and I was planning on getting rid of it this year anyway, since Lisa's turning 16 in a month, and I wanted to gift it to Lisa. Now it's Blake's car, and he absolutely loves it. He already needs a car. He needed a car because his mobility issues don't let him get around easily anymore, and it changed his life massively. Of course, Lisa didn't like it. When she realized that wasn't getting allowance, she called me and asked what's wrong. It was the first call I received from her in a year. It's if not more. I explained that now that my family had expanded, I'm not having enough money. I'll still be sending her mom the child support payments as per court agreement, but she shouldn't expect anything extra. She asked me about the car since she knew about my plans on giving her a car. I told her that now the situation changed and I no longer could give her a car. I'll admit what I said next was probably assholish of me. Since I told her that I now have two children to play family with and asked her to stop pestering me.
Mm.
This caused her to blow up completely to the point she got her mom to call me and scream at me. And so did her new husband. They threatened to sue me. I don't know if you really got that going. Lisa said she'd go no contact and so on. I just brushed off their threats, especially since Rosemary is a lawyer I made peace with poor contact with Lisa years ago. They also managed to write a few mean things to Rosemary and Blake. And this is what got me wondering if I was the asshole here. Sir.
Mm.
Sir.
This guy's definitely an asshole. He said a bunch of assholeless things even before he got to the point. Like talking bad about the guy's mother, Blake's mom. Like he was his own one. But his daughter, the other side of the family don't seem that cool neither.
Oh, a little bit of a light everybody sucks here.
Mm.
But he's an asshole, and guess what? His daughter's an asshole too. Guess what? You made an asshole, you asshole. Box, how do you sway on this one?
I agree with Ant. Like, I already kind of made his own bed.
Facts. Let's see what Reddit says. You're the asshole. You're the adult and haven't acted like it for basically her entire life. She was what, 10, 11, 12 when you divorced? She takes after her mom, aka I did absolutely no parenting, and I'm shocked she acts like the parent who actually raised her. You distance yourself because a child said something mean. Oh my God, seriously? Will you do the same when your son does the same? Because guess what? No teen has an always positive relationship with their parents. More than likely, your kid will say, one, they hate you. Two, you're ruining their life. Three, they didn't choose to be born or something similar. So you're gonna dip when he gets to that stage. Worse, she was 7 as per OP's comments now. Oh, so you've been cheated to this kid their whole life, or one good half of it. Let's scroll down a bit. Daughter says dad doesn't love her, so so daughter says dad doesn't love her, so he reacts by proving her right. OP, you're the asshole. Let's keep scrolling. You're the asshole based on the diatribe against your daughter, who is still a child. I'm guessing you're the asshole in the previous divorce too, and you're the asshole as a parent throughout. And you're the asshole for thinking you can buy Blake's love with a car and $100 a month because it didn't work with your daughter. You're the asshole for thinking that you giving people things entitles you to their undying gratitude and affection when you're obviously a terrible parent who can't even possibly differentiate between your ex-wife and your own daughter, and you distance yourself from your own child because you're so much the asshole that you have no sense of responsibility for the relationship other than thinking she ought to be indebted to you for tossing a pretty normal allowance her direction in addition to court-ordered child support, which you obviously think she should be grateful for also. Even though you're an entirely absent parent who couldn't care less about her, you're the asshole, you're the adult here and the parent, and you could really care less about your own daughter? Yep, you're the asshole in case you hadn't forgotten, in case you hadn't gotten that yet. And then the person right beneath it says, take a shot every time bro types you're the asshole. Man, I just want to click on this dude's name right quick and see. Because apparently he was in the streets comment. Oh, never mind. My man's account got suspended. That means they lit his ass up and sent him a packing. So we'll keep that moving. All right, last one. This is wow. This is very short, so this is actually a real quick dip and dab. Am I the asshole for wanting my wife to drive before we have kids? Just based on that, is this person the asshole?
No.
Box.
No.
Very good. All right, first time using this. Bear with me. So my wife wants to have kids. Before she didn't know, but is now certain. I'm still on the fence, but pretty sure we'll go for it. She's expecting me to give a definitive yes or no in the coming days. So far, no issue. She's the only person I want to be with and have a family with, but she does not drive and is not planning to sit a test. This will mean that every school run, doctor's appointment, sporting event, etc., I'll always be the one responsible for driving. Am I an asshole if I say, let's do it, but only if you pass your test? Thanks. And no, sir, you would be an asshole to be like, hey, learn how to drive because it's an important skill to have when you're a parent. Uh,
Yeah, like my mom
not the
doesn't
asshole.
drive anymore, and like I can see how much of a strain it puts on planning over there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree.
yeah. Not the asshole. Driving is a vital skill, in my opinion. You're absolutely not the bad guy for asking your wife to learn how to drive before committing long term to a life with kids. It's not fair on you to be solely responsible for every errand and trip your family will ever need. This person says, to be fair, driving is a vital skill in certain areas. There are tons of areas with perfectly fine public transit. And sure. And then to my response, the thing is, even with public transit, you're going to have to drive sometimes. If your child is sick or injured, you need to take them to the doctor urgently. It would be much easier to put your kid in the car and go instead of waiting for a bus or Uber. And this person responds, I'm from NYC, and there's literally no need to drive here. It's great, but if you do, it's great if you do, but not a necessity. Somebody responds to that, unicorn. So, everybody going down with that. Let's scroll a little bit. Let's see. Thanks. We live fine now with one driver, but a kid will, of course, increase the need, is what the OP says. Everybody seems to be saying a very similar thing, and that is driving is too important a skill to not be on that shit. So,
Yeah, I get what they're saying. Like if you live in a walkable city or something like that, but still, like when you have kids, you don't want to be really out on the street like that. So I get what the person is saying.
yeah.
It doesn't make him an asshole. It just, uh, I mean, maybe you could have phrased it in the way she understand, but
Look, yes, we can make kids terms and conditions apply. One of those terms is you got to know how to drive. That's real. So fully agree, and that like Box said, he can already see where it can become a strain in certain situations with just his mom not driving anymore. So, did she just stop driving, or is she just unable to drive at this point?
She stopped driving.
Hmm.
She didn't get her license for a very long time, and then she got into a couple like T-bone fender bender type situations, and she just won't drive now.
Yeah, PTSD is a motherfucker. So I feel bad for her. But your brother can drive now, right? He got his license, right?
Uh, Technically, yeah.
it's the
He
technical part.
he already got into one accident that he has a court Zoom call for
Oh
in like
shit!
10 days,
Damn.
and I haven't spoken to them in like that my family in like 2 days, but uh not to put too much information out on the podcast right now, but he's probably on lockdown for a little bit.
Fair enough. We'll
Okay.
discuss that after we get done here. Uh, so that was this week's Ever the Assholes. They are in your show notes if you care to read up on them or, dig a little further and see what other comments are there were to be had in there. Or if you want to go in and vote and say yay or nay to the asshole nature of these people. Let's jump over to the realm of entertainment this week. Finish up Star Wars Acolyte. I was not happy with how it wrapped, but I think it wrapped as in there's probably going to be more of it. So assuming it gets another season, then I guess that's fine. But if it wrapped like right there and the name making more of it, fuck that. That's upsetting. As I told you earlier, I watched a bit of House of the Dragon. I watched more like two more episodes of House of Dragon, and I got to the point where I'm just like, I don't think I need to be watching House of Dragon for a little longer. I need to take a. I'm gonna take a bit of time away from House of the Dragon. The episode I got to, I'll tell you what I got to, is where they the the young princess is going to marry the her uncle's cousins, whatever. Yeah, but who she knows is gay and is like, hey man, it's cool. You fuck who you gonna fuck, I fuck you wanna fuck, we be cool. And her gay and her cousin's boyfriend came to their, ceremony or to the whatever and whispered into who he knew was her little boo's ear, was like, hey man, I know who you are. I do the same thing, bro. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? We got to be tight together because, you know what I'm saying, we got to have each other's back. And that dude angrily, because he want to be with the princess, beat that man to death in the middle of the damn the throne room. I mean, not to death, beat him to a fucking pulp. Like, they showed the man's face, just absolutely ground meat. It was terrible and unnecessary. It did nothing for the story. It literally nothing. It did nothing for the story. It was just like, let's kill a gay dude. It's fucked up to me. And I was just like, no, I don't need that. And I easily was just like, cool, I'm straight. And like I said last week, we getting rid of Max here in real short order. I won't miss it. Although I guess I do need to watch that Godzilla movie before I'm out. I kind of want to see that Godzilla versus Kong, whatever, part 2, whatever. I love giant monsters. What did I end up watching Tuesday, as my kid was like out in the streets with their friends celebrating their birthday? I watched my comfort show and I went right back to Ted Lasso. I watched like a good 4 episodes of Ted Lasso, and it does my soul right. Because it just does. Because of course my mama called me, we talk and she chatted, and she's like, wow, how long has it been since their mama died? And so of course that gets me thinking about that. And it's just I was in a bad way. And my mama didn't do that with the intention. She just really was like, damn, I can't believe how much time has passed. I'm like, I know, because time's a motherfucker, and it just keep on, ticking away. So I just need something to chill to, some vibes. And I put on Ted Lasso as always. And it does my heart right, does my soul well. And so that is what I've been watching. I continue to play Paper Mario Thousand Year Door on the Nintendo Switch. Man, it's a great game, y'all. Story's good. It just keeps getting better as I keep digging through it. And like I said, not really an RPG fan, but this RPG plays just actiony enough and just enough RPG thrown in that I don't mind it so much. I told you I was reading like through several of the Campers and Criminals series by Tanya Kappas. I am on book 35. What is the name of that particular book? Let me tell you. It is Moonlight, Marshmallows, and Manslaughter. All those books kind of have similar like titles on that. Like it's like a little threes or like lecherous liars and ligers or whatever. You know what I'm saying? All those type of books are kind of do something like that. And I'm enjoying that. Again, it's if you thought about it, it's like I said, remember this is book 35 in this little series. Like little cozy little mysteries. If they'd probably be like, yay thick if they were on the shelf. You know what I'm saying? They're not like they aren't, because they're only like 4 and 5 hour listens. So they're not huge stories. But if you think about it, it's 35 books. At least one murder per book. This town has a problem. At least one murder. So oftentimes there are more than one murder. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if this was reality, it's like the FBI needs to see what's going on in this town. Why does everybody keep getting murdered here? So it's pretty wild. But that's what I'm on. I also Cole Kushner from Dissect did a specific Not Like Us video and song breakdown today that came out. Did it come out today? Might have came out yesterday, but either way, solid as always. Cole's is a pretty good podcaster, and his inability to pronounce balaclava, which is the mask, and kept saying baklava, and it just made me laugh so hard because he said it like 3-4 times. I was like, "Sir, that's not what that's called." But he did some real interesting breakdowns that other people may not have seen or picked up on, and I like that a lot. And love Not Like Us, not like us. I love now we're getting to the point. It's been so long since we had an old school hit song that just gets burned.
You just can't escape. Yeah.
That now people are starting to get grumpy about it. Like, God, I'm sick of this song, and I'm like, bruh, y'all forget what it is to have a hit. Because there used to be things like this. This is what it was. You would get a song going and it would keep going. And this song, trust me, it's got more underneath it. Because as soon as HBCU and football season start, all these college football bands gonna start playing it. Because of course, Not Like Us becomes a sick ass theme at that point. You know what I'm saying? You can just say that other team is not like us, and so forth and so on. So sorry, people. It just is what it is. It's a great song. Am I listening to anything out of pocket? Let me see. Let me just quick dive into my old Spotify.
Yeah, I seen that Steph Curry was like, there's other songs. I'm like, usually I'm not like really like a Steph Curry hater. I do think him and his wife look like brother and sister, but like that just irritated the shit out of me that he said that. Like,
Yeah, like, sir, shake it off, man. Gambino dropped another track. It's "In the Night" featuring Georgia Smith. It's pretty good. It's no lie on you, which I'm telling you right now, that's the banger. But I find it interesting. This is going to be his last go around as Childish Gambino. Going forward, he'll just be Donald Glover if and when he makes music and kind of whatever. Also went back to I was explaining to my kid how much of a waste uh, Kanye made with "Father I Stretch My Hands" Part One, because the way that song starts, the epicness, the majesty of that song, you like, yo, this is about to be some shit. And then this, if I fuck the model, she got bleach in her asshole, and I got bleach in my t-shirt, I'm gonna feel like an asshole. And I'm just like,
I was if he just took out that one line, but I mean I don't hate that line. I mean, I love that. Yeah, I love that song. Anytime something good happens, or like I think something good and funny happens, I play that song on Instagram. But it's I don't know. It's just one of those things. It's like you got a perfect pizza, but a little bit of the edge is burnt. I'm like, what can I do? I mean, I think that's it's overall like the story behind it. The story behind that with him and Metro and I don't know. I just think that's almost a perfect song. But just like with Power, I listened to the first 36 seconds of that song most of all. And then and when I'm listening to that song, I'm mostly listening to if your Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you, beautiful morning. Like once he get and then I fast forward. It's almost like I remember listening to Otis, and I was just so into the song that I didn't hear the words, and I was blanking out. I blank out on that song. I don't even hear that model part. Before I know it, I'm at like I stretch my hands out. I'm like, oh shit, the song over. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, but
that song is a fucking work of art.
Yeah.
And I also think that was, of course, Kanye's last great album. Everything since then has been middling.
Yeah. Last great moments of Kanye West.
Yeah.
You done with your entertainment?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I can pull out my pocket. Go ahead, roll over.
All right, let me roll into this. I know I'm sorry. I usually let lunch go before me, but since you were talking about that, I listened, and it was this morning too. This song off the Cruel Summer soundtrack, not soundtrack, Cruel Summer like collaboration album.
Yeah.
And I've been listening to Higher. I listened to it like I washed the dishes, I made breakfast, and I got back down to my desk to work. Like just listening to that song.
How funny that you went for Higher, and mine was, of course, mine off that joint that had me recently is Bliss, Pure Bliss. Yeah, John Legend and
Tiana Taylor. It's a I don't know. It's one of those things like where I honestly wish sometimes Kanye wouldn't meddle with shit because it's a what don't like. I had it on like my other phone, but there is a different verse by by Pusha T, where it's like another 30 seconds. It is so good. Where he like but anywho, listen to Higher, had it on repeat. That would be my first entertainment thing. Second thing is I've been watching The Bear. Uh
So I hadn't watched it yet.
I won't say nothing else.
Me and Nick was kind of going a little back and forth about the other thing. She was saying you really should watch it because it is pretty good. I saw the trailer for it this season, and I was bothered by it. I was like, I don't want this is not the direction I want the show to go. Do you feel it is out of what it has the first two seasons, I guess? Out of pocket in
I
some way, out of range, out of
I think it has peaks and valleys. I think the first 3 episodes aren't good.
oof.
Like I think the first 2 are almost unwatchable,
Wow.
especially the first one. It is so scatterbrained, which the show is, but it's too much of that and not enough story. Like that first episode, but like the other ones, they gain their footing back. But
Okay.
you in the third season, you shouldn't be having to gain your footing back by the 5th episode.
That writer strike really threw a lot of things for a loop. And this was rushed. And I hate that the productions had to be rushed because they like we got to get these things out because we can't be leaving the summer stank. And I'm like, maybe don't rush. Maybe just take the time that you need to get this shit right. And I hate that any of it because like I said, I feel like those first 2 seasons are kind of almost perfect television. And if fucking coming on the third and fuck it up, I guess you got to fuck up some point, right? Play us fuck up. I don't know though, because like this is the third season of Abbott, and it is also a strike shortened season, and that shit was lightweight, one of the greatest seasons of TV ever made. That's why it got mad nominations for the Emmys the other day.
Yeah, Abbott's still pretty good, but like I said, I'm still watching it. Like I'm on like episode like 7 now.
Yeah.
Like I said, it gained its footing back, but like the show has so much heart, and some of the heart is missing for those first couple episodes.
Okay.
And then the last thing, I've been listening to a new podcast. It's funny because part of having like YouTube Music now, I like it. I like it better than some of the other like musical platforms and stuff because like, of course, you could check out the video if you want to, but it has like songs and stuff that people don't personally put on there. Like I was listening to the whole city's behind us the other day.
Yeah.
But the podcast I watched a list. You can watch it too. It's called the Blackbusters podcast,
Okay.
and it's like pretty much black movies and these two guys and sometimes a guest discussing black movies. Um, it's very good. I know y'all probably know the one guy, Big Ja, like the main host. He does a bunch of different internet videos that we've shared over the years. But it's a good show. I started from the beginning. I know it's like up to 100 episodes now. I think the 100th episode they just did was Friday. But like I said, I'm not that far. I got about 93 episodes to go. But that's it. Played a little bit of Rare Dead Redemption and a little bit of Street Rage 4, and that's been it.
Fair. Daniel.
I don't have much to offer up. I haven't played Call of Duty in over a week. I haven't watched anything. Like I haven't watched
The
The
Boys.
Boys today. I watched last week's episode, so I just have the finale to watch.
Okay.
But that's about it. Like I watched some Netflix comedy special the other day. It was some woman that I'd never heard of. I don't remember her name off the top of my head. I'm sorry. See if I can jog it out of my recesses. like I think our last name started with a B. It was like Benner or Brenner or something like that. But yeah, I watched that, and then I watched Shane Gillis, Hannah Burner. That was it. I never heard of her, but I put it
That
on,
was
watched it. It was all right.
wasn't that on HBO?
No, it was on Netflix. If it was originally on HBO, I'm unaware. I saw it on Netflix, and I'm pretty sure it's brand new because I like saw she was promoting it recently.
Hmm. Yeah, I think
But
we're
yeah,
talking
that's
about two
about it.
different Hannahs.
Yeah, I'd never heard of her. Apparently, her and a friend do a podcast. They tour doing it or something. And I guess she's like an actress and writer and whatnot. So multi-talented woman that I'd never heard of before the other day. But yeah, she had some funny. She did really good crowd work for a special. Like generally, I like crowd work has its place, but I generally don't like it as like a mainstay in a show. It was part of why I didn't like when I went and saw Natasha Najero a few years back because all she did was crowd work, and I thought it was boring as hell.
Hmm.
And so like I appreciate people who come with like predetermined material that has a theme and a story to it and all that. Just talking to people in the crowd generally doesn't do it for me. But I felt like in this special she had like a mixture of both and they were entertaining. So like I enjoyed this one. And then
Did
yeah, I watched Shane Gillis's special for the first time.
did you watch the Ali Sadiq comedy specials I sent you?
Hmm. Was that the one on YouTube?
Yes.
I think I clicked on it so that I could watch it when I went to bed, and then it got buried in my recents, and I forgot about it.
Well, they're very they're really really good. They're he does um pretty much it's a breakdown in three parts, and I think all of them are an hour plus. And he does a comedy, and they're fucking good, like Richard Pryor good. So
Hmm.
if anybody hasn't watched those yet, I would recommend it. I just know you're a big fan of comedy, and I was like, I know Lunch would enjoy these. And like he sits down,
Yeah.
like well, I guess we'll just talk about it, when we see each other next week. But like, man, they're really good.
Well, there you go. Oh, random. I read a webcomic called Questionable Content. And the other day on Questionable Content, he referenced a comic that he made, as it turns out, a good 12 years ago. So I went back, clicked on that motherfucker, was like, huh, his whole art style has changed so much. Let me just. And I started reading through all of Questionable Content again from at least 12 years ago. I didn't go all the way to that back to the beginning, but I definitely went back to 12 years ago. And well, it's the tab is open right now, and I was like, I always as I was looking at, it, I was like, I wonder when his art style changed, and I can pinpoint it exactly now. There was a point in time he was super depressed and stabbed himself in his hand
Oh, what the heck?
in real life. This happened, and had to have surgery on his hand, and so because he was bandaged up in a way, it was like right around then that his art just got tweaked a little bit. And from right there, you can see that's where his art style changed. That, and I was like, that is so crazy to me that this kind of what I've dug out of this. But it's also he's been well since. You know what I'm saying? He's been in a good place. He got his shit together and has been okay since. And respect due to what is it's Jeff Jock? Is it Jeff? Yeah, Jeff Jock and Jacques because it's like French ass last name. But yeah, questionable content. It's been a webcomic that's been going since 2003, so it's 21 years. It's a great comic, and I really enjoy it, and I read it every day because it comes out 5 days a week, and it's fantastic enough. I just happen to be back in. I read it every day, new, but now I happen to be going through its back catalog just out of because he reintroduced a character that hadn't been in the forever, and so that just was hilarious that worked out like that. So, word to that. That's the realm of entertainment this week. But you know the deal. Housekeeping, please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show wherever possible. That's YouTube and Apple Podcasts. Most is what we're talking to in that regard. I actually have all this written down. I can just read it directly off of paper, but instead of trying to freestyle it. Oh yes, yeah, so if you could do a solid, just follow us over on Instagram and like the post when we put them up. Just look for engagement without being a butthole. You know what I'm saying, not trying to get engagement by putting up stuff that's going to get you angry. Just asking that you consider giving us a look and clicking on giving us a thumbs up on our show post. If you got dough, got a little bread, and you think, hey man, I like what they do, and I'd like to help them continue to do it. Please consider supporting us over on Patreon, where if you hit the $5 tier, you can get some extra stuff each month. We gotta have merch over at tpublic.com/user/Krunchy Milk, all one word. You can get stickers from there. You can get t-shirts. You can get any number of things with our various logos and branding on it. And I think it's worth it. Feel free to give us a call, 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311. We would certainly love to hear from you. And because it's technically done, I'm going to share our Crimpetissy A feedback on this show because heck, we won't be doing Crimpetissy A for a very long while.
I was about to say, you should still probably save it so we can share it with Nick or something. Well, Nick listens, but I don't know.
Well, you know what? In fact, I was probably going to have Nick do a show with us here in the not so distant future. So, all right, I will save it. But shout out to Miko Michelle and the homie Frank for giving feedback. And Roy Yoon reached out to us on Instagram and said she would hunt for the email. That's all she said. And I have not gotten a response from her in the email. So who knows? We might end up having to do an episode with just Roy Yoon anyway, assuming she finds the email and is willing to do that. But she did reach out to us on Instagram. On the SKiM page. Yes. I think we're all caught up, people. Yeah. Thanks for that. We do it every week. Next week we're gonna do one with my high school best friend. So that'll be a fun one to listen to. We're going to celebrate Anthony and his ability to not pull out by going to Philadelphia as a group. And we're gonna record there, and it's gonna be fun.
Not to pull out.
Hey, we respect it around here, sir. Congratulations on leaving it in just long enough, sir.
Did you? It's funny. It was. I seen it on TikTok, of course, and they were saying how if you take Mucinex, that you'll get pregnant. Like it, something about Mucinex get rid of mucus everywhere.
Yeah, I would think the mucus is there to help guide things on. Why would a dry coochie make it better?
That's not Jesus Christ, T. That's not what it is. Anywho,
sir,
you have been podcasted to. I know you loved it,
sir.
Sir.
I love that guy. That guy is always hilarious to me. Anywho, that of course is the 216 is all at
216 Tatum.
This is what the fuck is your old neighborhood called? It has a name to it, does it not?
Slavic Village.
Yeah, there we go. The Slavic Village is on.
Yeah.
Lunchbox 2099. Word to the Slavs. And all my Eastern Europeans who lived through some harsh winters by putting dough and potatoes together. That's what's up.
Do you ever want to make your own pierogies on lunch? Try it just one time.
I mean, I guess I could try it one time, but has it ever been a dream of mine? No.
Okay.
I never dreamt of it, but maybe.
Ah,
Vanessa and her sisters get together and make them like like Mexican families get together and make tamales at Christmas time. So
because
that might
that'd be
be.
I
dope
thought you
if
were gonna say
like
empanadas.
Um,
like if you did make like a um, turkey burger and fries,
like I
or
said,
a
this last
turkey
time
meatloaf.
Vanessa made a vindaloo joint. She got some Indian shit popping in her pierogi, man. So some
No,
good shit. Yeah, you can get a little inventive and creative with your pierogi preparation. Also could have worked as a show title. It's way down here at the end, so it doesn't really hold the weight that it would need to. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I'm very happy about very forgiving meat. Just makes me
if anything, that's how things happen. Like my meat is very forgiving.
You gonna be mad at me about mucus?
It's well, first of all, mucus is gross to talk about. Forgiving meat is just forgiving meat. Mucus and moist go hand in hand. Two words I really didn't want to keep on talking about.
I'm just saying. Anywho, I am the Inner Terror 713. Don't make me push you into traffic. We'll do it again next week. Peace.
What happened to your ass? It used to be beautiful.